So don't know what. Some customer lost his shit in the restaurant and start smash the people and shit. So let tell you something. So when police come down and there's one police come down, it's like I know it sounds like a joke. You ever watch SpongeBob? Where it's SpongeBob, I can do this, I can do this. And it's like 12 police car behind him. That wasn't an exaggeration. That wasn't an exaggeration. I mean that. Them stop a car at the drug search and like 9 car did it. And there's just one officer did the search. You hear me just say? 9
Yep.
cops. One man I do the whole search. And you stand up there and watch him. And them, if you're not satisfied, go for the canine dog them. Cause the dog is optional. The whole time him go for the dog is when him feel like him really I'm just like unless he's a prick. So it depends.
And with that, Dario, segue, shall we?
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gents, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of Controversial Topics. On panel tonight, we have myself, Dario. We have Xavier the Doctor, Andre Bradshaw, the Black Activist.
Why does this
Why do you always mess up the name?
I don't know, my tongue just twisted.
you believe that I taught this man rugby? Yo, you think I taught this man how to play his position on the rugby field. He would not mess up my name, but moving on.
Andre Bradshaw, the Black Activist.
There you go. There you go. Was that so hard?
No, my apologies. And the embodiment of Black Air Force energy, Daniel Virgo Graham.
You need to put that on a shirt, you know.
Yo.
Why would we call you Virgo?
Yo.
Like Virgo's supposed to be like a pure virgin, like, but you're like pure darkness.
Pure ver. You know what history?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
No.
untainted
So
darkness.
let's-
My apologies, I get it now. He's untainted darkness.
May
So
you
there's like
burn in
no
hell.
light.
May you burn in hell, though.
What? Am I wrong though?
Yo,
May you burn in
we're
hell.
not doing this. It's too early. It's too early. I
mean,
can't believe I'm the one
A
saying
friend of
it's
mine
too
told me that
early.
I have a special place in hell. Like
Man.
right at the devil's right foot beside his
Yo,
lip.
if you only knew, yo. Shoot, yo. Now feel away. Judgment day, if me go up or go down, really, so be it. But you see, if me see you go up and me I go down, I be so pissed. I swear to God, I be so pissed. I swear to God, I be mad as hell. Yo.
If I go
Yo,
up and
life
down,
don't fuck, life
no,
fucked up.
I
Life
got
fucked
so
up.
good. I got so
Nigga.
good that even God could judge me.
Yo, that was
Son.
some serious close Michelson levels.
Yo.
No, brother.
Can you imagine that, doctor? Imagine you go down. You're
Well,
going down while he's going up, like.
Hold on, Racha.
Wow.
Life is such a funny thing.
Man.
I wouldn't be surprised if God look at me and say, well, you can't go anywhere, you know. You have to stuck in between the middle. I'm going to say, what that's supposed to be?
Purgatory. It's called purgatory.
No, and then I go look at and say, so hold on. So I'm going to be stuck between life and death. While Dario, who has done so much worse, gets to go up, something all right.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways,
Just know I got so awesome that not even God could judge me.
Shut up.
Red card him. Red card him. Red card him.
No,
Red card him.
Red card.
Red card him.
Hold on.
Yo, hold on. Tell me someone ever said I deserve a red card.
How do I
Tell me someone just said I deserve a red card. Hold on. You ask anybody else.
This needs a crowd.
You ask a simple question.
Yes.
Yo, remember the rules, you know. I need just one other person to agree with me.
Hold on.
Get it.
I'm simply saying I want to contest this red card first.
Okay, go ahead. Play a case. Now
What
listen.
exactly did I say to warrant it?
I was so awesome that not even God can judge me.
And you're saying it's not possible.
Yo, the man
You don't
awaiting
see my
is
house on
in
there?
a Escanor, and the man said, I stand above everyone else. I'm like, wow.
No, like jokes aside, you don't
Alright, do
have
you
the same. You
realize
have no
how
faith in me. I have faith in
egotistical
myself.
this statement is? Yeah, how egotistical the statement is, right? Yes, I know. Yes, I know. I've
I
listened.
don't doubt myself. That's what I'm saying.
You could have said it in so many other ways.
Yeah, would it be half
Why
as
would I
fun
beat
now?
around
Would
the
it?
bush? I'm being honest.
So, the vote stands. One other to agree.
Carrying bomber.
There you go. There you go.
No!
There you go. Well done.
Yo,
Now you pick up a red.
this man came out of nowhere. Like a suicide bomber, and the man just say, yo, Charlie Buckland. Yo, I would like for the viewers to realize that Dario has more red cards than me. And I am yet to get a single red card this year. I feel proud.
That red card wasn't even warranted. That was just some bias.
Give an extra
bad-minded
card.
shit.
No, I don't think that. I don't think that.
Because you issued it.
Where's all ago?
Because you issued it.
Yo, all I wanted was one other person to agree. That's moving on.
Okay,
Well,
so
Compliment the man, untainted darkness. Well,
That's not what you got the card for. Don't play with it. None of that you get the card for. So moving on, shall we?
okay, so there are some very peculiar questions that need answering, especially when it comes to the topic of dating and relationships, because everyone seems to have this misconception of what it really is about. So we were told, despite some of us, me being the guilty one here, forgetting what the question was before Bradshaw told me, thought about it, thought of some questions. So we're just here to divulge that. Oh, the question. Bradshaw, care to share that question? I can't remember.
Okay, so I put some thought into this, and the missus actually helped. So, you know, shout up, wife, pick up yourself.
thank you, Lynn.
So here's one that I think a lot of people don't think about when it comes to a relationship, because I don't think it's talked about enough, but they don't know how powerful it really is, because especially when you're thinking about marriage, you understand me? The more you live it, the more you realize that it's not about you, it's about us. Stop saying me when it's we. So the first one is, first question, I think people who want to be in a relationship, or, you know, is thinking along the lines of marriage, it should be, are you open to compromise? Because let's be real, in this day and age, people are more selfish, and compromise is needed to make a relationship work. Well, that was supposed to be a question, but I think I said it wrong. But yeah, do y'all understand where I'm trying to go with this?
Yeah, more or less. I mean, it's I'm trying my best not to be biased here, because Dario knows exactly what I was about to say, and I'm not going to say it. Okay, so let me reword what I was going to say. So we live in a day and age where, for lack of a better term, everyone is all for themselves, and nowhere is this more apparent than in the bedroom, because we all know some man out the way, once them come, come on, I hate that. No, it's about nobody else.
True.
But what you mean by once bad man?
Yeah, no.
Let me say, man.
No.
If you know say you can only last 10 minutes in the bed, my lord, You buy her a rose, you buy her a vibrator, and you start the process from early.
True, foreplay is necessary. And no, hold on. Sorry for that. But he makes a valid point. Why is the talk of foreplay so taboo still? And it's weird because people, I'm not gonna say Americans anymore, because Jamaicans are doing the same nasty shit. Like we see on the pornos and we see on TV and on the internet. So let's stop pretending like Jamaica is this, moral and virtuous place anymore. It's not.
Hold on,
It
anymore?
never was.
Never exactly.
Mm.
I mean,
I'm gonna let that one.
I'm
gonna let that one. I'm gonna fight that one.
Yo, Jamaica's had that ancient place where you never thought it was possible, but then deep underneath the surface, if you actually live there, you realize that, oh, wow, we're no better than that place.
No. It's like when you're a child and you go to church and people tell you how you must behave and how you must be a good Christian. And you assume that they live this way. And then you get sense.
Yes.
That's Jamaica.
Yes.
That's why we have more churches per square capita. Think about how a church is. That's Jamaica.
Yeah.
How it's perceived and how it actually is.
I'm telling you this. I'm sure. I know I don't want it to spin off to that direction because this is about relationships. And I believe asking about religion is on the list of questions that people ignore because they're afraid, which they should speak about, because some people use religion as a clutch. This is one of the questions that I believe if you're going to entertain the whole Christian or the whole whatever, denomination you like or whatever, because I find it ridiculous to know say Christians will not date other Christians because they're not of their denomination. And again,
how ironic is that?
Well, not everybody prays the same God, but what? Just because the message slightly different, if we rule you completely out because of come on, yo. Society was never this picky, yo. Even amongst Christians, there's so much overlap with things they use to cancel out each other. That's crazy to me. Because I remember a man said when he married his wife, he was a Jehovah's Witness and she was a Methodist. And before they married, she tell you, no matter what you do, no matter what you do, you'll never convert me. And you know how he did it? It took him 3 years. Little bit. And she eventually bit. And she realized that way of reasoning make more sense to her. Again, it's not for everybody. I'm not here to advocate for any group or whatever. I'm just saying based on the story. You understand me? And the way how him said the information was brought across, she liked it better. So she converted to his thing, and it's weird because if you were to even think about this from a traditional standpoint, and this is for those people who want to be in a traditional relationship or traditional base, it depends on the dimension, because that's our next topic all on its own.
Not the
dimension to how far, Because
this kind of marriage, yeah.
Yeah, because you have levels to tradition, you know that, right? Some people don't even understand that. Because you have the tradition to the point where not only does the woman take on the man's name, she takes on the man's religious beliefs. She takes on his personal beliefs. You understand me? And that is something most women don't understand about traditionalism. Like, for example, if you're a traditional wife, no matter what your husband's life goal is, your goal in life is to support it. You're not to question it. You're not supposed to have condescending views, condescending ways of, you understand, omitting your opinion. That goes against being a traditional woman.
So you should have learned this before you said I do.
Thank you very much. And most women don't understand this. And this is from somebody who was raised traditionally. You understand me? So again, for those of you who ready for want crucify me, I was raised traditionally. You understand me? I witnessed my father giving my mother his whole check, but him take a thing out of it still. But you know what I mean? The bulk of him check, he gave it to her. You know what she did with it? She paid the bills and make sure everything covered, all the overhead was there. Little money put where towards the savings, little money put where towards fee money different. When she take out her way gear and she put her money towards fee money, private money, where she a wall and team for no good reason. For just being a goddamn woman. So this mindset say, oh, I'm gonna say, oh, if my mother did want to rob my father, yo, I tell you, my mother would have rich. She would have rich. When the man they bring home him check, we have all out of $90,000. Yo, people think trade don't pay. Oh my God, that is the wickedest lie they ever tell me. You need a degree from hell the fuck no. But again, we don't want to stray too far. You were talking about compromise, right?
Yeah, but no,
You didn't even go far off tangent, so you forgot already?
no, we are still on compromise. But Batra made something a point about the Christian religion that I kind of want to like put a point across, which I think is
Okay.
kind of nuanced, especially out here in Jamaica for some reason. So I don't know if it's just me, but I've always noticed there are so many differences between men and women. It's just so amusing to me. If a female is Christian, I'm not saying this is all of them, but most of them will say they're celibate. Nothing wrong with that, of course. And most of the time they claim to hold out on marriage or whatever with the man. And I'm saying that's fine. But then you look at the next side of the spectrum, and a male Christian, he not hold out. Celibate. I've seen so many situations where they, even if they think they're celibate, the minute him see that fat ass and the pussy, it done. So I just find it interesting, the different spectrums. And some women, they purposely use it because they don't want a man for them, which are going to end up happening anyway. So, I don't know. To me, it's just so interesting, the different spectrums for both sides, where one will say something because they believe in it, but the other one says it just because it's what they were taught or told to do. You know?
Well, sorry, sir. You want to say something? You want to say something, doctor? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
Oh, okay. Listen, you're saying you're up. You say that or something?
No. Yeah, you can't talk about that, man.
Oh,
You can't cover everything from Minister Dessel. So I mean, I say, yo, it's just that the different spectrum. I mean, it's the same thing, but one does it because most females, from what I see and from what I've studied, say it because they believe it, but at the same time they don't want to. While for men, it's just because of what they've been told. Most likely by mothers. Because most fathers, even if they are Christian, are going to tell their sons, so don't do it. Because men are men.
You know the irony, let me say irony, because my father lived a life where, I wouldn't agree to, but then now that I think about it, when, that's like Kevin Samuels, boy, I'm going to call that man name, but why I'm going to call the man name? Anyways, Kevin Samuels, he shared something, so, it wasn't my place to judge my father. Because from a child point of view, certain things we do, we used to vex with him, feel. I'm a father still, but, I'm having half in my heart, so how can I fuck with that, But then, as I'm a big man now, right? After so many years, I can say I see where Kevin Samuel was right because he took up my mother with a child, not only any child, a boy, a very short temper, quick anger boy, my brother. My brother almost burned our family business down because he said, and Kevin Samuel did say this too, that the dynamics in how emotions are shared, especially when it comes to men, especially between your offspring and your, because the son doesn't acknowledge you as their father. This utopic approach is never normally, and even in the vines and the videos where on the TikTok them, you see how them act when a stepfather tries to talk to the father, to the son. Hey, I ain't want to hear all of that. What you want to do something? What? Are you talking like you want to do? There's never a positive TikTok video of being a stepfather in most of them videos. It's normally something very negative. That enough people don't want to look for it, you know? I'm just saying.
True.
I mean, you're not wrong. In this day and age, I wouldn't tell anybody to become a stepfather for nobody. Or a stepmother.
It's rough. It's rough. Yeah, it's rough. The feel of weird. And that's again, I believe, I mean, no, it's also old fashioned because they never should have been old fashioned because it should have been practical. Marry before you carry. This should have never been an issue. That they should have known that there's ramifications to your actions. We've always known this as men. We've always been known this as men. So when I look at reality, yo, let me show you how far society has gone, right? I know a woman who's in her 40s, big woman, Jamaican, quite conscious of the old traditional ways, so she was raised that way. To come here, so to come to the West, to come all the way to North America. And North America influenced her so much that she's rebelling against what she learned years ago. And I'm like, no, but all the way she tries to frame it is, at the end of the day, it's a woman country. The country, especially that place for woman. Those words came out of her mouth, and I'm like, none about way just sound feminine. None about way just sound feminine. I almost sound like you're like a feminist. That shit is dangerous, yo. Especially, and this is the part where most people don't understand. So when a woman has been through some shit, it scars her. Because again, the black community does not believe in therapy. Because what? I'm not crazy.
It's just who she is.
We're not, most of us, honestly, all of us, and I'll be the first one to say, we all have something we're not proud of. We've all done some shit that we wish we could take back. We wish we could.
Virgo, unmute.
Wish I never talked to that bitch. Wish I never approached that Negro. I wish I didn't tell that boy just one business.
We can say that.
I'm just saying.
No, we can say that, you know. We can say that and try to believe it, but we know it's a broad lie.
I regret nothing.
Dario, shut up. We can say, oh, I wish I had known, but if you had known, how would you be the person you are today? Tell people, say, oh, yes, you're allowed to have a train run through you so you can understand it's not a good lifestyle. I mean, if you want a marathon, go for it. That's not my business. It's a lesson that you learn at the end of the day. And if it takes you until you have already ruined your life for you to learn, well, sucks to be you. But for most people, they realize from early on that this shit, most of them do, don't make no sense.
No, sir. Another part that you ignore. You ignore something very important. It's not the fact that them ruined them life. It's the life of the person that them raising in them hand. That's the life of a fret ball. You hear me? You have people, sick people in this earth, want to relive them youth through them children. You understand me? Them should have lived their life, them should have got this, and them should have that, and them should have this, and we should have,
80%,
and them do it through there,
80%
and they
of
do.
80% of Jamaican mothers.
You understand me? So you have you have girls. You have girls who really don't want to do them things, but what? Their mother want them daughter we can go and dance with them. You know, our daughter can introduce her to certain money. Yo, what are they? You think I just man alone pimp woman? Seriously, this question, like this is a major question. I really wonder if some woman really think. You think it's only man alone manipulate woman and whore them out? You ever want to whore out woman who them know that desperate and need help and can help them, but what? Them needs in from them back. You think all the man alone play upon people weakness? Yeah, people need to stop that shit. Real talk, people need to stop think this way. Although I'm not trying to say Ray, but society just blanket everything as in says only man alone can do evil. Yeah, me no girl literally tell a girl say she willing to help her, but she have three friends want her service. And this up in uptown, you know the girl though? She pay her the $5,000 and the three man them going out the girl car. And the car is a jerk so. And that string and a shake so. Man, them a chill that in there. Man, must have tired that task, that flip ups. Say, man, I feel sorry for the girl when I'm like, wow. And in her mind, she thought of something simple. That's how sick people are, Jared, man. The girl do it just because she wants. She just want to fuck up the girl night. That's how sick people are, Jared. That's that. He come man alone twisted. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
But, and that's just the way the world is. Evil people who have evil intentions. I think another thing what people need to realize, especially as it regards to dating, not everybody can be redeemed. This isn't no empire that is bullshit. Where people are running for 1,000 years to try to redeem them, brother. Some people are just going to remain shit. And we realize that a long time. Yeah, but redeem. Redeem what? Why should you waste your life trying to redeem someone who doesn't want to be redeemed? So you're going to consistently have heartache over someone who doesn't give a shit. Yes, I will ask. Will and Jada me a true word for if nobody never realized. Yes, that's apartheid, but it's couples in general. You see me?
In the words of the great J. Cole, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her. She doesn't want to be saved. Don't save her.
People
she doesn't want to be saved.
They feel sorry for Will. Let's feel sorry for Will. Me say, yeah, it's sad, but he chose this shit.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I mean, probably he was deluded at the first when she gave him a cute smile and he thought, oh, I was well. Nigga, you clearly never saw what was about to happen to you 25 years later.
You're good.
And Will is not the first and the last man to come to consistently men just think say, yo, because they are good people, she's going to be good. And the same can be said about women too.
Men, yo, let me tell you something. Men understand this. And for those of you who do listen to this podcast, try to understand something, yeah? The virtuous woman that we've grown listening to, well, for those of you who are my age group, she don't exist no more. She board a plane and she probably fly down there with the next man because she know their yard no more. You understand me? Right now, there's more American their yard than actually Jamaican their yard. And it's sad because I went down a couple of years ago, 2019, and for the little time I got down, it felt like I'm still there in Florida. Swear to God, it still felt like I was in Florida. The only difference is you hear more parts, but otherwise from that, the dressing, the mood, the behavior, it felt so similar. You understand me? So I don't know what to say. In this day and age, chivalry really dead, unfortunately, Chivalry really is dead, and honestly, for those women who understand what chivalry is, they're not telling the younger generation of women what it's supposed to be. You have women who you open the door for them, just roll them head straight. Like you had to do this shit.
I
Nowadays,
mean,
a missing man sit down in a bus and woman stand up there. Her friend, my man sit down, man, even a flinch. Man, not give up him seat. Fuck that shit. Not that. Equality.
well,
You
well,
fought for
well,
it, right?
well, well, I can say this. I mean, if me, Dario, and Virgo up on a bus, me know for a fact that me not get up. Not because I don't have that in me, it's just that I don't really give a shit sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, bro, you can say good morning to people and they won't even shit on you. Hold them face straight. And to be honest, I'm not searching for anybody to say anything to me. But it's just the nature of how you grew up and how you got taught. So, yo, having good manners will bring good things to you. I think that's one of the biggest lies I ever got told. But I don't know. I mean, me hear what you say, brother, where yo, certain women not teach the younger generation, but then me look on the next side that I say, even if they're taught, are they going to take the lesson?
I believe it's possible. I honestly believe it's possible. You understand me? Like most people don't believe there's a tipping point in every bad situation. Right now, Jamaica is in a bad situation. So I will repeat this quote I think I did last week. A man said once, in hard times make strong men. Strong men make easy times. Easy times make weak men. Weak men make hard times. I believe we're at the weak men part right now. This cycle is going to happen. And with this cycle ending, the weak men and also the idiotic, stupid, non progressive, lazy women will die with those men as well. Because one think one is beneath them, and the other one is just too emotional. If you understand, say it's not worth shooting a guy over, bruh. It really isn't. It's not worth dying for either, bruh. A dude
That's what's up.
compliment you, a dude compliment your lady. What the fuck, bruh? You don't know that man has a gun on him? You don't know that? It's just a compliment, bro. It's not worth dying over. But say
It's
to
not as
somebody
if he
yesterday,
took
look
his
up me
hand
here.
and slapped her on her ass. That's different, my guy.
Sir, and I swear to God, any man who find when we say a problem, you are out of your goddamn mind. For me to lose my life over a female, especially something that is that trivial, no.
It's nothing about that, brother. When you're not there, what do you think they are saying to her? Exactly. Probably say
I
much
give a fuck.
worse. But
I give a fuck.
yet still you're going to get offended because you're there. What are you defending? Her honor?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What the hell am I defending?
Her
And
honor? What's
I
there to
say that
defend?
to anybody. Yo, but tell you something, a man say, yo, we are calculated, and I believe that. Honestly, why society, and again, it's all about framing. Yeah, so I would judge. I believe it's all about framing. For the last 30 years, men have been men have been portrayed as being these animals, beastly, dumb, docile, stupid, imbecile. For the last 30 years, people. Man, I guess that, me see that. You understand me? Watching TV, talk show, all late night show after a while. Men were just fucking, you know, cheer hugging, you know, sandwich eating, dumb,
They,
lazy,
they
fat
were the
fuck.
problem. They were the problem that could not be solved, according to
Most night, yo, most 90 sitcoms did not help portray men in a good light. The 90s, the 2000s, and all of those years fuck up relationships, love and marriage, the whole and the feel away. I laughed through a lot of the jokes them, but I never know so this shit was really brainwashing fucking society. But then again, that's the difference between me and them because I was raised by both a mother and father. To be traditional. They were and believe it or not, TV raised a lot of kids in the 90s. For those of you who did not know that. Not people TV raised them pitney. Because the mother and father had to go to work and guess what? TV raised them pitney. The child knew how to warm up little food and turn on Thundercats and when 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock strike, certain shows start come on and guess what? Kept them up until they went to bed. So you as a parent don't even know so this child just watch something that will warp them brain. Forgive me, yo. Like, not feeling away. I'm not pretending like I'm no saint. Like my mother never knows that I was watching Cinemax. And,
come on, Bradshaw.
all them porn
Yeah,
channels.
Bradshaw.
No, I'm just saying.
No, Bradshaw.
Hold on. Go on.
If any man on this podcast and any man and woman in Jamaica is going to look at me, bro. Yo, I remember the night I got caught red-handed.
Yo,
memories. I got caught red. Yo, I'm so brazen with it too because I'm sleeping on one side. Me say, yo, my mother on the next side. I better sleep.
Oh,
bro,
that's serious. What? That's serious.
Bro,
are you general?
So me flick the channel to Bombard. Yo, one voice say, oh, so that you there watch me say Bombard. Bro, yo, and the worst part is somehow me get myself what I said. It wasn't me. My cousin influenced me.
Yo, man, I tell you memories. Yo, man, I tell you, like, they creep up on me. Me have the thing for flip the channel. Some put it on a cowboy channel and flip it. Huh? What? Oh, yeah, watch. Huh? Now watch this. Flip the channel. What? Flip the channel. The remote not work. The remote not work.
The style we used to have before Flow did get some modernized. We used to have the channel set. And we also say, yo, you click it on this channel, it'll go link straight to the next one. So you have link to Cartoon Network and we have the other one linked to Disney. Come on, brother. And my father reach over and say, yo, walk on. Man say, there man. Man say, yo, so the channel them, so what you watch? Cause him start catch and say, yo, man, watch things I'm not supposed to watch. Channel switch Disney and Cartoon Network. The man say, oh. So you say, yeah, I watch things you're not supposed to have. I say, no man, now do them thing there. As soon as you lock the door, go in bed. Straight back to Cinemax.
Which is right. Yo, I would say.
You know the funniest thing? I never watched it because I was trying to learn shit. It just intrigued me at what I was seeing. I was like,
Exactly. Because the visual part in your brain, it light up. It's the shit what it like. This is why I understand why people look at men as we're disgusting for looking at bitches. I'm sorry. God make us look. I know. Oh my God. Let me say, you know what? You know me do now? My wife said, turn it into a sport. Let us both look at these bitches. But guess what? I mean, think about it.
Yeah, but hold on.
If the wife come,
we watch it visually. They read about it in the 50 Shades of Grey.
I know, right? And she'll come to me and say, oh, she got a fat ass. Yo, I noticed. So, yo, did you see when she... I'm gonna tell you, that shit fun. I enjoy when she initiated because sometimes, and again, also be careful, gentlemen. Sometimes that shit is also really is a trap. Be careful, yeah? I'm just saying. That shit is also a trap.
You can't trap me, I get this here. Anyway,
One of them.
far off track.
Mm-hmm.
So
Alright.
for my questions,
Uh-huh.
I took them straight from another playbook.
Interesting.
Have you heard of a book?
The
Act like
Kama
a lady,
Sutra?
think like a man by Steve
Oh,
Harvey.
I thought you were going to say the Kama Sutra.
Hold on, we need to get some water.
You might want something stronger.
I know, right? The good stuff. Mm.
So straight to I think this was chapter 3. I actually read the book when it came out because I found it for free on PDF. So I was like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember some of what I read. Like
Mm-hmm.
chapter 2, chapter 3-ish.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the dating questions from the movie, the dating questions that they asked in the movie.
Mm-hmm. That 90-day rule is a goddamn joke. I laughed my head off when I heard that shit.
Fam,
90 days? 90 days! He said how much? Oh, you must be higher than a fucking kite. That's what I said. You must be
90
higher
days.
than a
Like,
kite.
if
Okay,
I'm
you don't
serious
have to
about
keep
it,
that nigga. You
Alright,
don't have to keep that nigga there.
I'm ready. So what's the bullshit that Steve has in it?
all right. So no, first of all, there were questions that women were supposed to ask themselves. Um, for the record, some people aren't even mature enough to think about these questions honestly and deal with their own shit. So I mean, asking yourself this might not really yield anything fruitful. You might even say something generic like, "Oh, I want a decent man who's loving and caring," and really you just want a nigga to just punch you in the face and call you a bitch and then fuck you. And that is just facts. And vice versa with some dudes.
Most dudes.
Half and half, 60-40, whatever.
This is not a wage bill cut.
Anyway, one of the questions women were supposed to ask themselves: what specific kind of man are you looking for?
Oh boy, the generic answers that come from that. Wow. Ah,
Motherfucker, I ain't 6'5", nigga.
My thing is this, and I think we said this when we just had the podcast and with the relationships. You can't want a man who's hardworking, yet you're somebody who craves attention and complains when he's not there for you because he's too busy working hard.
every woman ever.
It's like asking for barbecue sauce and then complaining that it tastes like barbecue sauce.
I taste bitter.
Or asking for chicken at a restaurant, then cussing out the waiter because you don't eat meat. Or you're vegan or some shit.
Pretty much,
No.
you're crazy. Long and short, you're just fucking crazy.
Yeah,
But
pretty much.
yeah, but I'll say this though. Preferences, and this should be also a question.
Hmm.
What are your preferences, and are any of them? Are you willing to compromise or drop off any of them?
Am I going to be biased in saying what I'm about to say? I don't know, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That question like that, I have a feeling that the men are going to be more consistent with the answers, while as the women are going to be so
Yeah, because
aggrieved.
we don't have
I get that. I
They're
know,
going to
I
be
get that.
so
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
aggrieved at what you're trying to suggest. Is that one
I
of them?
get that,
So what you're trying to say is
but
that I can't have this nigga hit me in my face 24/7.
also men are more realistic
yes,
Bro,
because
men
they're
are more
logical.
realistic. Yes,
as Moota
yes
would
we
say,
are.
if
Yes
as
we
Moota
I
are.
mean, on the
if
podcast on several occasions you've asked me,
Mm-hmm.
we've asked a question like, what kind of woman we want? And I think I've
Mm-hmm.
said the same answer like several times. I want
Mm-hmm.
peace.
Yes.
you don't lose this, okay, you're not getting none.
Move.
And the worst part is I don't know how realistic my desire is.
I know, right? Like right now, I'm training my wife, and I said this, and I don't care if everybody want to vex. I'm training my wife to be my peace. To come and tell her, I said, the long and short of this, Ross, are you and me till we all angry. So I suggest you understand who the fuck you marry, because I am not going to wave up on how women look on certain things. Some people find that shit funny. Hell, I think some of my coworkers consider me misogynistic, but I'm like, no, I'm not. So I'm not. I'm just more straightforward. This is why me and I end up dead, because what? She was straightforward too, and I'm like, I can work with you. Dead ass, I know. It wasn't, and this is before, because the picture she had up was her dressed as a goddamn butch. So, but the way how she reasoning, too soft to be a goddamn butch. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to feel her out. Again, I can work with her. Enough man needs to understand, so what? In all of this, it's a give and take. Women, ladies are the same thing too. You'll never get 100% of what you want. Dead ass, you'll never get 100%. And this beyond bullshit notion say, if I wait, God is going to bless me with one. Stop that shit. I'm so serious.
Next week.
It hurts me. It hurt me because it hurt me because I know a lot of girls. I'm said Jamaica, right? Went to great schools, immaculate queens. My boss. Oh yeah. I know so many good girls who come from immaculate and queens, and you understand me? Girls who should have been married and have them husband, have them 4 pitney or them 3 pitney sit down funny by now. Girls still now, they even like a Disney goddamn movie, them still await for Prince Charming to come and take them up into them 30s with them belly, them pot belly. And yo, it fuck up because again these bitches were slamming when I knew them, you understand me? So that should really bother me because say you follow some bullshit. Bullshit and ruin your chance of probably finding a man that was willing to take you up serious and make you into some. And again, everybody I gonna say, boy, I don't say every woman wants and this and. But this is the thing though. I know these women, and almost all of them subscribe to this fairy tale bullshit. From they were girls, teenagers, all of them have this utopic. One day he's going to come for me. One of 3 kids. One moved from a S class body to a goddamn D. And I'm saying D because I'm retard. You understand? Some man that get a solid S. You understand me then? So, and for our friend does again pound like she did a blood clot in England. Of the youth on standby for the longest while, but I feel like you have some self-esteem bombard issues. Because the general are ugly. But the general just a hold on for dear life and what's about 10 years of them with one fucking somebody. Are you fucking serious? Yo.
Straight out the well playbook.
Simping on a fucking different level than. I'm say it's not a ugly youth, yo. The reason with the youth, plenty of time. Him can get bitches. So I don't know why him holding on to this one girl for dear life. And I know some people, boy, if you leave them in a relationship and a female life. But she an idiot. I got a part where I fucked up.
About that, yo. Because if we do, I will get red carded. All right, then. Do you want to mention it? Because we want to get carded or no? But yeah, man. Ready feet. Ready feet.
This man is volunteer.
Yo, we're ready feet.
Volunteer to get that card. Wow.
But tell you this.
If you say it's so big, bro.
Well, I know. If you are Virgo, hear this. Virgo go get even darker than in dark. You go question the meaning of life and me just go upon my usual bullshit. So let's go. I'm here for it.
No. One day we may talk about it on the podcast, but today is not that day.
Yeah, man. We are coming to mention him as Object A and Object B.
Got you.
And Object C is yet to be found.
Yep.
But yeah, still on the topic of preferences. Yo.
Preferences and
no, it's nothing with that make me laugh. It's just that I was told once Does your wants outweigh your needs? You want a nigga that's 6'5".
Hold on. Do you know the difference between wants and needs, though?
If me ask 5 women that know, them they couldn't tell me what the hell either of them mean. But
They
again,
say, I need him to have a 6-pack. I need him to be 6 foot tall.
but he has the beneficiary of being a stable man who doesn't have that much baggage that you have to shift through. But yet still he is not good enough. Flip the other coin. She doesn't have a big ass. She probably look like a stick. But she not stressing out. And you still don't want her?
Oh? No, I'm good done.
Yeah, like as Mota said, she could have ugly like a monkey. And for most men, they have some ugly woman. That's just my opinion. But she brings in peace. That's all you need.
I will keep what I was saying. I will keep feeding my monkey bananas.
Yes, that is right. That is right. Like, and while Twitter is a cesspool where you shouldn't take anything seriously, why you make a good point, man? Say, yo, brother, don't take up bad bitch if you don't have bad bitch money. Me don't want that. Because as far as I'm concerned, I can't be able to take care of myself and me go take up somebody who has stress me out every day for bullshit. Or rather drink bleach.
I know a guy made a 1-minute video about that. Like there was this really hot chick walking down his road when he was coming out of the drive, walking out of the driveway. He stopped her to talk to her, and like she just started listing out, and she was so happy that a man is like flirting with her. Like she doesn't get flirted with often, and like she was started just listing out her demands. Like she want this, she want the house, she want the car, she want that. She want, oh, hold on, and he was like, hold on. Oh, you a bad bitch. No, I can't afford you. You gonna leave me broke. It's not gonna work out. And then he proceeds to leave, and she proceeds to like grab onto him and stop him. And that's when he had to run away because it's like every other guy that I guess they were alluding to.
I know that out there.
Said the same thing.
I know it.
Repeat?
I know it, Dario. I say, I know the one that I talk about. I say, hello, neighbor. I say, I see. I say, the Lord is good. I see what I want. And it just started talking about. And I say, oh. I know your type. I can't afford you.
Yes, that's it.
And I'm gonna be on my way. And she run him down and said, no. I said, no. You want a drug dealer, a baller, a singer, somebody like that. I can't afford you. Yep. This was before Kevin Samuel.
I'm not going to try to afford you either. Like,
yep. Doctor, I can't afford you.
No, but why go through that stress, right? Like some men, I don't know if it's just because, I've said this before. I said it's our group of youth, says our group of high school. I said, brother, are you that fucking horny that you can't hold out? Like, bro, I remember when me in high school and I never fucked so much like 5 years I go without consistently I do anything. I mean, no fair facts that there were women willing, young and old. We never come and give me front. So I don't know one I run down.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what is the rush? What's so special about it? Like to this day, I still genuinely cannot get a solid answer from somebody in youth. Like, what is so special about it?
It feels good.
Then when you do get it, you go home and say something along the lines. Boy, never nothing special. Think of what?
Most of them say,
annoy me, dog.
Most of them say that like years later, like, well, I'm gonna fuck all 400 girls in a dog and big man thing in a dog. I just all them fuck the final dog. I don't remember. Man, say honestly, I think around 3 girls out of the whole 400 me know by name. 3 out of the whole 400 him know by name. The rest of them, the blur.
You're lucky say remember you for 3. Some man even remember none.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and I know a lot of people might think that it's funny, but it really isn't. It's a serious problem.
It really isn't.
It's a serious problem, and this stems from high school, go straight to the college, straight into
Remember
the
what
adult life.
Hot Damn My Rock said in his video last year? When he was in high school, women were just things to be fucked. We were just a tally on the score sheet.
Yep. Mhm. You know which man. You know which one of the what all of the guy them at that school him really was. The guy who played Yu-Gi-Oh. I laugh when me hear him say that. I was chastised for playing that fucking game.
Fam, I had like 800 plus cards.
And you were branded as a freak, a geek,
Yep.
and the music never helped. The music made it worse. I be a gunman in our hole. Bad man this, bad man that. Skin out the pussy girl. Take fuck. And you know me. I'm just saying, we don't meet the criteria, unfortunately.
The fact that you're saying it is because me and Dario know even to this day it's the same bullshit. That's why I told you just there.
It hasn't changed.
I mean,
Gunman in your hole. Gunman in your hole.
credit where it's due. At least they're consistent. Consistent, but at least they're consistent.
So it breaks my heart, let me say. From that one, I became a true savage from that evening where that girl, where he did me telling her, say she's in the barber shop, I run off for a month, say, gunman alone to fuck.
Yeah.
Gunman fuck her for free.
I'm from Bigger Chicken.
Yo, I said that evening, from that evening on, that sweet, oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, mommy, bust up on a thing, man. Oh, yo, Dan, we say, mommy, hard go high school. We look good for her, but look over my shoulder and say, she was like, all right, let's see what gonna happen here, so. Just check me by the side and look for her and say, yo, bro, do something for me now. No, you boy, no, man, I can't do that. Instant virgin, instant girlfriend material. Yesterday, she forget what happened yesterday, don't you, remember, you know? Instant girlfriend. I can't do that, you boy, no, man, I can't do that, man. I can't do that. Come on, you boy, you can't do me like that, man. I'm gonna simply lean over to her and say, excuse me. Oh, gunman, fuck for free, though. Gunman, get your hole for free, though. Yeah, man. So, them fuck you for free. But you pressure me for my little 250. Pick up yourself.
Box food. Yo.
You know what? When I watched the video from Hot Damn My Rock, what stood out to me most was when he had his stomach problem still, and the chick wanted to come over, and that was the first time he actually spoke to her, like just sat down and talked. And he was like, "Why the hell do you want to be around me when you know all I do is just like use you for sex and then get rid of you before the sun comes up the next morning? And why are you around me even now?" And he said, she replied that she just feels safe around him. And then it reminded me of like a couple of chicks that I dated. Yeah, well, not dated, but I was with. Yeah, not dated, but I was talking to.
No, that's not why I'm laughing. I'm just laughing
it really resonated because I was like, shit, because I remember asking these chicks the same thing and they gave me the same answer. I just feel comfortable around me and safe. And I'm like, wow. And then like they describe like what else they've been through and how even though I'm not as, I guess, demonic.
Agreed.
I'm not Jesus to them. I'm not trying to say that I'm not necessarily the best person.
You're just Lucifer without the black wings.
I'm still not a demon to them. I still don't hurt them. I still don't like violate them in specific or anyway. And I'm like, yo, that like it kind of resonated with me. I was like, yo, that shit is sad as fuck.
Yeah.
Hold on, what kind of gun? What kind of drift off again? Because
No, which
you've only gone to like 2 questions. I mean,
it ties into everything.
still
So
ties in, but like we
Yeah.
got one ask like 2 questions so far.
Well, two
Right.
questions so far. Mm-hmm.
I mean, we
Alright,
have
so-
one. I have one that's pretty obvious, but now wait till Dario finish ask me one.
No, but you want to ask? What do you want? I was looking at the second thing that women were supposed to ask themselves
Mhm.
from Steve Harvey's book. How do you want to be pursued? The third one kind of killed me. Hold on. I'm assuming it's an American thing, but it's still
Mhm.
madness. But
All right.
hold on, it says, do you want regular phone calls? So in bracket, you know, how do you want to be pursued? In bracket, do you want regular phone calls, text messages, dates 3 times a week? Do you want him to always pick up the tab? Number 3 killed me. Who dates 3 times? I got shit to do. Do you not have a life anyway? Yeah, Xavier.
I have several problems with everything that was said in part 2. For one single
Steve Harvey said.
no, not because Steve Harvey said. Because if my own father said that to me, I would have to send him to a psych ward immediately. The word pursue, you know what that sounds like? It sounds like you're hunting, and while it is literally hunting, it sounds like you're hunt for kill something. And in this day and age, I'd rather not be sent to prison. So the word pursue kind of just throw me off because I said, well, no, what I know.
How would you like the man to seduce you?
No, but again,
Or woo you?
no, but again, with everything that is said there, it is liable for you to go to prison. Regular phone calls,
Sure.
I talk about how you harass them. Go on dates, if you're even 1% ugly, you'll get fucked. Check on them regular. Bring coffee to their workplace and hear about how you start them.
Yep.
You're going too fast. Like my girl, I just brought your coffee.
No, but I better say if they comes and slap her head now and lock her and comes and slap your dick in her face 5 times, she comes and says, oh, she loves you.
Yep.
Bro.
You put slap her on the left side, not the right.
How would you even, you know what?
I was being sarcastic, sir. Calm down.
I swear, we had a contingent of females that regularly
Jokes
watch
aside,
this.
though, even if you were rich, how the hell are you dating 3 times a week?
Bro, who even dates 3 times a month? Do you see them regularly to even do that? I really even have a social life.
Yep.
Do you not sleep? Do
I
you
don't
not have shit to do?
I don't even know how people even go out to the movies, much less
Yo.
date.
I mean, hold on. If you're talking about Netflix and chill dates,
Oh, not
fine.
that. Matter about movie theater, they like literally go to the theater, get popcorn and nachos and all that nonsense.
Even if it was cheap, like dirt cheap, I don't have time. I got shit to do. I have a life. I'm
Yo.
including you in it as much as possible, but I got shit to do.
I have to force. No, let me tell you something. Movies just have to be spontaneous and once in a blue moon. Since I feel garbage there at theater, but what's not gonna work?
Bro, yo, Bracha, one girl said she want to take me go movies today. I say, kind of busy, but like which movie I watch. Yes, when she said Morbius instant, me say, not a Ross.
Morbius was in the theaters today. No?
Yes, but me not watch it because it's complete
Or like
trash.
part 2 or something? Or it's like a remake?
No, like just it's a new version of Morbius, but again, the same shit what they do with Venom, I that them I do. Turning someone who is evil into a good guy. Like the fuck. But that's another reason why I don't want to watch it. It's like, bro, a Sunday. Like
Hold on. No? I just realized something.
what?
Do you want him to always pick up the tab? They're going to say yes. But if we ask in return,
Independent lady.
no, I'm not even going there. Can I always have sex with you?
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah,
So
yeah.
you get my time and my money.
Follow
but
that
I
guy.
just get
Follow that guy. Yo, I like that.
look at you when you're the person.
Interesting.
Like that one. Not because I'm that much of a dog, but it's kind of interesting how you would want a man to do everything in his power to get you, but you will
Oh,
have.
hold on. No, my thing is this though. My thing is this though.
Mhm.
You complain about when man want husband treatment and he hasn't made you a wife. Why do you want wife treatment and you're not one? Or you're not treating me like a husband then?
No, the better question is why
You're
don't
not my
no
right.
no no
Your
no
father
better
should be
no
spending
no
money on
better
you,
question
or
better
you spend
question
money on yourself.
better
You're
question.
not my child.
Hold on. Why is it that if he has sex with you now you think he's going to deem you a whore? Last time I
He's going
checked,
to what?
why if he just suddenly asked for having sex with you after all of that, he's deemed a whore?
Well, depends on who I educate them, because that could also be an issue.
True.
TV and jaded parents have a tendency to raise very strong, independent women. Crying out loud. My wife was somewhat on that verge of being. She is somewhat independent, but she's learning to relinquish power, which is, again, an
No, but
uphill
hold on.
fight.
That's the thing. Sorry for cutting again, guys.
Uh,
A woman being independent isn't an issue though.
For
it's
most men, and I say men with quotations over it
not.
because
Hmm.
there are some idiots out there. For most men, a woman being
Hmm.
independent isn't the problem. It's when she's trying to she's trying to have a dick measuring contest when she doesn't have a dick.
Yes.
That's when it becomes an
Yeah,
issue.
that's the issue. Her being independent is neither here nor there.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you can go out with your friends, do whatever nonsense you
So
want to
hold
do.
on.
Give
I'm
a shit.
confused. Hold on. Pause for a second. See, a man who's
Yeah.
been married almost 10 years now. Do you
Mhm.
think I use marriage as a reason to keep my wife from pursuing anything to her heart's content? If she gets up today and says she want to go skydiving tomorrow, she has my blessings. Just down dead.
Dario, why are you laughing?
As in
What?
my wife would have my blessing, but not my companionship on that venture.
Exactly. Well, on that's the point. Well, that was
My
the point.
fear of heights alone, or tell her, me just tell her, say, yo, you ain't got alone, and me now did it.
That why you think me say my consent and not my permission and not to come with her? Like it is. She
Amen.
have my, she have my best wishes. Yo, the worst case, my daughter just check on her life insurance policy just to make sure, sir. What? Yo, she would have done the same damn thing. Why have I stopped? Stop it. If I'm an evil person or some shit, if me for dead, don't you think I'd want my wife to check her life insurance policy to make sure that she have a decent chunk of money? She can do whatever to take care of herself and the picnic and whatever. I would want that. I would want that. Even if it's in increments of over a period of years. I hate that notion to, oh, yeah, I mean, it's funny still, but nah. I don't want my family to be protected.
Also on that note, any woman who makes fantasy scenarios of if she dies and doesn't expect the man to have a next woman, you are fucking delusional and crazy and need to be burned by the stake. I can't believe in this day and
Okay.
age.
Can I say
No,
something? Can I say something? Um, can we not like go into full blown misogyny mode?
it's not
Remember, this shit is
misogyny.
supposed to.
It's not.
Hold
It's
on a sec.
really not
Hold
misogyny.
on. Remember, these are supposed to help, not chastise. We're trying to help here. I think I need to remind you. This is not supposed to hurt, bro.
All right.
I'm
You know what?
saying, hold on.
I'm gonna finish it. No, but
I'm not. I'm not. Yo, I'm not saying you're not supposed to make your point, but come on, bruh.
Make it in
Come
a
on,
way that doesn't seem like I'm trying to attack everybody. Okay, understood.
I get it, but come on, try not to be that nigga right now, bruh. What's that true?
All right, let me see if we can work it. Virgo, shut up. All right.
God is to help, bro.
The fantasizing scenarios. All right, right there. Let me start with what. All right, there you have an next question for go come out. Really want to come.
I was reading question number 3. It's actually kind of fire.
Sure, I'm ready for it. Hopefully, I don't.
You know, but I asked you, okay.
No. That the one there. Me go probably get a card if me say what me say.
We're going to ask it next then. What level of goal I know? What level of commitment do you expect in bracket? Do you want an open relationship or to date exclusively? Should it be open for discussion?
All right.
People don't talk about the shit when they're dating.
That's a good question, and I believe that should be on everybody's tongue. Like the first 5 questions,
Like,
that should be one of them.
Can I date you and still be effing Sheikah in case shit don't work out?
No, but why? Hold on. Why shouldn't it be open? That's my first question. Why shouldn't it be open? You guys are not exclusive. Why should he or she?
Yeah, we don't know if we like each other as yet. We just met each other yesterday.
Why should he or she dedicate all of his time to you only to get fucked over in the end? Isn't that a bit unfair?
Fast. That fucked over part. Why we always have to think the worst first? I mean, I know. Yes, we're talking about reality here. I get it, but you can't come in with us this. If you know that after you just sound a bit jaded as fuck to you. Again, we're not going down that road tonight. But again,
it's not necessarily jaded. Me just when I put it across that way, not necessarily where I meant it, but me get where I go with it, where me I think so positively. Not the way I meant it, to be honest, but I mean that's just how it come off. So I apologize for that.
I'll go become again. Yeah, but I get it. You know, don't get it twisted. Get your point of view. It's just at some point we can always point it out, but where's the solution? That's all again tonight. That was what I was hoping.
Well, when I had upon it before me finish, because what I wanted to ask was,
go ahead. Sorry.
Is there ever a moment where you're dating and it just doesn't work out and it ends peacefully? Like you can have a mature discussion, find out the pros and cons, and just leave happily. But in every situation that I've seen, for most people, it's always that he wasn't dedicated enough or she wasn't there for me, and I'm just like, what is she supposed to be there for you? You two are trying to figure out if you want each other, not if you're trying to marry. That comes after when you decide to be in our relationship. So this whole, you dedicate your entire paycheck to her. What? In what realms of reality do you think that really is conducive for you?
Well, I know you're saying this is why I believe these questions should be a multiple part series, because there are people out there that believe what you just say can be taken either one way or another. Some people believe so, yes, that is feasible in this day and age still. But then everybody else will say otherwise, you know. See, this is why these questions need to be asked, because we need to put some thought behind these multiple questions that we think we should know, but believe it or not, a lot of people don't ask or think about these questions. You understand me?
Me and Dario, I think we can agree to we're guilty of this most time. We think about it, but we don't say it out loud.
That's right. So for example, like this now. This is for the ladies. Believe me. I hope, and the men them on this part can be honest. Do you know how to stroke a man's ego? I think this is a question that men should get more comfortable talking about. You understand me? I know, because society has painted it in such a negative. The stroke a man's ego isn't nothing negative, you know. It's a form of reaffirming a man's masculinity. It's nothing bad. It's not toxic, and he's not going to box you down and call you bitch and whore. And no. It's a subtle, cute things and we do for your man. Call him, baby, I'm glad in my life. And Them little things that actually impact a man on a different level. Them things that differentiate from you becoming, believe it or not, girlfriend to his goddamn wife. You have to know how to speak life into that man. And women, they know these days, when we mention it to them, it's like them confused. Because the women of the generation before hide them shit that from them. Them man can load up. May I come there? But yeah, the women of the generation before them hide them things that from them. Because like the man says, some of them still believe that them in a competition with the younger girl and fitter, firmer, tighter, you know. And honestly, that is a very dangerous piece of information to hide from them. That's not right. Because when you dead and gone, what you think you're cause to happen? Like a bunch of masculine women who can coexist with a man because a man is either a monster or a bombard sitting for use. That shit is sad. When you hear a woman say she's the head of the family, and I'm like, are you freaking serious right now? You not put yourself in front of a gunshot if a man invade that bomber. You're not idiot. You are first thing you're gonna touch him and say somebody there in there.
War in Ukraine. Excuse
Exactly.
me. Allergies.
Exactly. So tell a man say, yo, the madness need to stop because you tell people, boy, equality, this equality, that, you know, damn right, to push come to shove. Your ass is not going to be at the front line saying, I'll take a bullet for you, baby. No, you are not. You're going to say, be a man. And then immediately, you remember your gender them time there. Remember, say, you have a split between your fucking foot down. You remember them time there, down. And the other bitch. We're not equals, then down. You'll happily put on a skirt and walk over the border and kiss me from a cheek. You're no longer a feminist sometimes, they don't. You're a good fucking woman them time, they don't. Them tell say, oh, feminism are dead, you know, them say, as the years them pass, feminism lose its strength because the young woman them realize say this shit now make no sense. Because them is boss. Yeah, I put on them things. Yeah, now tell them say, oh, by this age and this age, if you do this, you do that, you're supposed to get the big job with the perfect husband, this fucking life. And as more and believe it or not, millennial women have reached into their 40s, just like millennial men. Reach our 40s. Reach our 40s, you know. And a lot of them can't believe this roller coaster is coming to an end. Not for them realize that them wake up on them all. Them wake up on them all. All them fucking opportunities they will finally come to an end. Or they have finally come to an end. You understand? Breaks my heart to say this because, like I said, a lot of fine females that I knew that I really didn't believe this shit would have come up and catch them. And you have one or two who play hypergamy with them life because what this young man believe him as simps are us. I never think a man could have simped for so much fucking years down. I never think it was possible, but goddamn them man they will record 10 years just that. But you probably give me a pussy. Probably. You know? I know say, and I know I've heard that he proposed at least 3 different times and she refused. Why?
Reminds me of someone I know.
We're really not gonna go there, so.
The same guy, yo. The same guy proposed 3 times to turn him down. And she not left him. But every time she go up on certain meeting and certain show and certain whatever, she dead there. And if he's there, a good boyfriend. So I couldn't do it. After the first rejection, I hit that for me. Good.
First rejection, you put it, brother. You're kind.
Man, a simp, yo. Simping all, simp, simp, simp.
I know. Honestly, I might lose a bit of points for this, but I don't know his story. But I'm not sure if I can entirely blame him alone for him being how he is, because it's a systematic problem for men. Because he is like the type of male who probably thinks that, yes, I'm the one who is going to fix her, and then he probably knows in the back of his mind.
I was that dude one time in my life. I think
but the problem arises, and this is something I had a problem with. He probably in the back of his mind thinks that, or the way he sees the world, that he's not gonna get anybody as good as her. I could be wrong, but it just seems that way. If he's still with her for 10 years, I could be wrong. But I was in a similar situation myself, only because, well, in my situation, I didn't love myself enough.
I think, and like I said, the dude cleans up good. He's slim. He's an attractive young man, no homo. You understand me? So, me no know. And she steadily been gaining weight over the years. In 2022, she looks like a chubby version of herself now. Like really chubby version of herself now. So I'm like, yo, what's the difference? You waste 10 years of your life. And you could give the man 10 years as the man's wife. Same for the same. He still love you, though. So why tie with him and play with him? You know, wait until you're fat and wagga and like absolutely no male attention are coming with them. Them time they want my demand. Yo, I'm not feeling where him for left when to finally decide to say yes. Him said no and left. Fuck our mother. I'm sorry, yo. But I them thing I'm gonna understand, yo. Cause me as somebody pitney too. Who do want my little brother, my no family member of mine. I think that shit is healthy. That shit could never be healthy, Rasta. How you for one bar want to put yourself at them kind of mental disadvantage there?
Think we there is spot where we have just, well, my question I'm not that nuanced, but I guess we can run through about like 2 or 3 of them. So I think one of them that I've just made on the spot, we already covered the therapy part, but we can go more in depth with that at a later date. But I think something that women need to ask or should actively seek to find out, is this just a one-time thing, or is this going to be something more? Because you have some women and men who are of the belief that if you're with someone for 10 plus years, they automatically must say, oh, let's get married. Oh, you're not speaking. It's like you're not speaking with each other. You aren't having any form of connections or conversations, yet you're with him for 10 years, and then you're going to bring him on a live show and embarrass him in front of the entire walking world about, oh, he hasn't proposed yet. What?
Honestly, look on it this way, right? Reality has finally set in to a lot of people. You understand this dignification of men, because that's also one of the many reasons why women believe this nonsense. She can just wait, and he's going to just propose, and if me just like him, he will eventually just change his mind. I better let me give my youth, yeah man, I'm a breed for him, and then he will eventually pick me out of the 15 woman them when I know him out. Logically, again, me ask. I don't know. I'm not sound like me being harsh, but how you make that make sense. And a woman will say, yo, hopeful thinking. Maybe she'll be that special one that change the way how him think about her. You hear me? So, yeah, man. Just say.
It's just interesting that people just literally go through that much struggle and then eventually still hurt themselves in the end. But kind of rough.
As human beings, we always have this desire to fix things, We all believe that we can be the one to do what nobody else or forcing other people couldn't do. I don't know, tree. You understand me? I try to say this is crazy.
Are you good? Are you
How are
good?
you? How are you? Youth.
Think you them pill they are kicking upon him now.
Youth.
Mm-hmm.
You good?
Yep.
Alright. So apart from that,
The
man,
Ben
just
and
one
Joes are
just
kicking in. I
yeah,
apologize.
let me know. Just one more
I'm just
question.
sleepy, but I'm not sleeping anymore.
That's fine. Just one more question I have before we close off, which is probably the most obvious thing that anyone can ask in a relationship. A man or a woman tells you that all of their exes are crazy, you need to start asking some serious questions because I find it hard to
Red
believe.
flags, run away.
I find it hard to believe that all of your exes were just pieces of shit. You at no point in time were the problem. It's kind of hard to believe. And that goes more for women because they are the ones who always preach innocence more than men, to be honest. Yeah. But with all that said, Dario, how about your close us off unless anybody else has anything else further to add?
Well,
That's it.
um, I still believe we need more than just this one snippet into these questions that a lot of people tend to not think about. You understand? Compatibility. I don't think that that in itself should be a main focal point when it comes to seeking a partner because yeah, you can like one or two things, but that person will never be exactly what you want. And this whole it has to be for me. Relationships are sacrifices. You're making sacrifices for the other person. You're sacrificing things and activities and places and things you'd normally do to accommodate someone else. You're putting their needs above in front of your own. Yes, in essence, that's what a real relationship is. Both parties actively contributing towards the other one's betterment in some way. Some way, don't have to be financial, you understand? It can be emotional, psychological, so many different avenues you can benefit from being with someone. You understand me? So this overarching notion that money is so much, which it still is an important factor. I'm not gonna act like you. This is your topic, and yes, yeah, money important, trust that. Money is important, especially when in this day and age, because again, this is not cartoon, it's not movie, it's not nothing of fantasy. When you commit to someone, prepare to sacrifice. this notion say them alone for do it. It not work in a real life, Rasta. It not work so. When you come into a relationship, prepare to sacrifice to somebody else too. Then don't bother going to a relationship. This whole notion say, oh, you just want to be there for only the goods and not the bad, then don't be in a relationship. Real talk. But I know where society devolved into that. Devolve. I couldn't evolve, it evolved. It evolved. You understand me? So people need to stop do that. Stop put these unrealistic expectations on relationships. And I hope we explore further into these questions. That's my take.
Yeah, we can. We'll have a truck ton more. But with that, ladies and
We
gentlemen,
need a few more. Hello. Sorry, go ahead.
but yeah, maybe 2 more episodes. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for sticking around all this time. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification so you know whenever we upload. And yeah, thanks again. Stay safe, stay awesome, and we will see you next week.